All right, we'll call our November 9th meeting to order. Welcome, everyone. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Publics Meeting Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given in the new schedule of meetings of the Spotswood Borough Council on January 1st, 2015. The new schedule is transmitted to the Home News Tribune and Sentinel, filed with the Clerk of the Borough of Spotswood, and posted in the municipal building located at 77 Summerhill Road, Spotswood, New Jersey. On a sad note, we've learned that since our last meeting, Jean Oliver has passed away. She was 71 years old. She was the wife of our former police chief, John Oliver. In 1978, she fulfilled her dream of opening her own nursery school, Lollipop Lane in Spotswood, and she ran that for many years. The last stop on her career journey was the Spotswood Public Library, where she enjoyed connecting with people through the power of literature. And her husband, John, had passed away in 2004. And so if you keep her and her family in your thoughts during our moment of silence. And also this Wednesday, of course, is Veterans Day. And we owe the veterans so much for protecting us and enabling us to have the lives that we lead in relative peace in our community. They face situations with bravery that most of us could never imagine. So we owe all our veterans a great deal of thanks and thought in our prayers. We'll rise for a salute to the flag and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Councilman Seeley?
Here.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Here.
Councilman Ritchie?
Present.
Councilman Service?
Here.
Council President Stolen?
Here.
Mayor Policino. We have a set of minutes, October 19, 2015, amended, they're not amended, they're the regular meeting minutes.
Make a motion, we move the minutes?
Second.
Councilman Seeley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Ritchie?
Yes.
Councilman Service?
Yes.
Council President Stolen.
Yes.
Before I announce the resolutions on the consent agenda, we are going to pull the bill list and put it into authorizing. So, Council President and council members, I'll take a motion to accept the resolutions 2015-166 through 2015-180.
Make a motion, we move the resolutions 2015-166 through 180, pulling 181.
Second.
Councilman Seeley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Ritchie?
Yes.
Councilman Service?
Yes.
Council President Stolen.
Yes.
Resolution 2015-181, payment of bills. Whereas law requires listing of all bills approved for the payment, and whereas certification of available funds from the Chief Municipal Finance Officer has been made. Whereas the total bill list, which is amended, taking out number 15-01907 and making the November 9th, 2015 bill list in amount of $2,648,989.35. Now therefore be it resolved by the Borough Council of the Borough of Spotswood that the CFO is hereby authorized to pay said bill list.
Make a motion, we move that 2015-181.
Second.
Councilman Seeley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Ritchie?
Yes.
Councilman Service?
Yes.
Council President Stolen.
Yes.
We have a application for a fireman.
I say move it.
I do
Welcome
too.
aboard.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, we have some proclamations. We have the Office on Aging. Marge, you'd like to read that one?
Sure. Whereas December 21st, 2015 will mark the 20th anniversary of the Spotswood Senior Resource Center, and whereas on December 2nd, 2015, the Spotswood Senior Resource Center will be holding its 20th anniversary Then and Now celebration at the Spotswood Senior Resource Center, and whereas since 1995, Janine V. Balaz, Director of the Spotswood Senior Resource Center, has been devoted to providing programs and facilitating services to the older residents of Spotswood. And whereas the Spotswood Senior Resource Center is a place for older residents to gather, exercise, take computer classes, play games, and partake in a multitude of special events. And whereas the Spotswood Senior Resource Center provides transportation to and from local businesses, provides medical transportation, and coordinates day trips for our older community. And whereas the Spotswood Senior Resource Center provides links to important community resources for our citizens. And whereas the Spotswood Senior Resource Center, I'm going to be saying that in my sleep tonight, benefits greatly from all of the committed efforts of its employees and volunteers. And whereas the Spotswood Senior Resource Center is a success story, that's for sure. And the memories and friendships created there are precious and vital to our senior community. Now, therefore, I, Nicholas Policino, Mayor of the Borough of Spotswood, on behalf of the entire governing body, do hereby congratulate the Spotswood Senior Resource Center on the momentous occasion of celebrating its 20th year anniversary. We wish you continued success as you serve a vital part of the Spotswood community. Dated November 9th, 2015, Nick Policino, Mayor, Pat DeStefano, Municipal Clerk. And I'm sure everyone on this dais echoes this. We wish this, the employees and the director, Janine, much more continued good work, and congratulations on work well done in the past. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
For a small community, that is one of our jewels of citizen services. They provide a great deal of service to the seniors. Not that they don't have to belong to anything, but anyone that has any issues can stop in and get a wealth of information from the director and from the assistants there.
Well, here is the Senior Resource Center, Spotswood Office on Aging, November 2015. There's 12 pages full of activities and different items for information. It is a vital resource, and every month there are things going on. I know through work, you know, I work at St. Peter's, and my office is the Community Mobile Health Services. We're out there very frequently. Janine is always having us out, and Beth has requested us to come out. Most recently, we did Breast Health Talk in October. So there's lots of good things going on here. Please feel free. 55 and over is all the credentials you need to get in there, and a resident of Spotswood. So I know some of you out there are over 55, some of you are not, but please feel free to come down. You'll get a pass that allows you to do different things, go to plays for no fee in town, and it's just a great place, really active, and we're hoping that with the addition of tweaking some positions there, that we'll start to have openings during the evening for those of us who are over 55 and still working full-time. So, because not any of us, I know, can retire at 55. Most of us have to work till 65, so, or longer. So please feel free to take advantage. This is something your tax dollars are for, and it does offer a lot of different things for many of us. So thank you.
Thank you, Marge. And Ed, you have a nice resolution to read for Tim Janis, an Eagle Scout
Yes.
project?
I'm going to bring him up, though.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
please do.
It's getting a little tighter, this should check it.
Do you have a camera? Do you have a camera? No? No. Okay.
Chris Hill's
Chris got it?
the leader. He's
Okay,
got a
Chris.
camera.
There we go. Go on up. Of course you can. Even if the Mets didn't win.
The first thing I'd like to say is I was invited to the Zeke Port of our dinner, but unfortunately I got tied up at work and arrived late. Embarrassing enough. There was just a few members of the Scouts there, as well as his father was still there, his mother came in later, his sister. And I felt bad about that, and I felt that this should be really read in public, because this was a great project, probably one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So with that, let me say, Whereas Timothy Janis is a resident member of the Boy Scout Troop 35, which is based out of Spotswood. And whereas Timothy Janis has dedicated himself to the goal of obtaining the prestigious Boy Scouts of America award known as the Eagle Scout Award. And whereas this award is the highest honor that can be bestowed upon an individual by the Boy Scouts of America. And whereas Timothy Janis is being honored at an Eagle Scout Court of Honor on Saturday, October 24th, 2015. And whereas Timothy Janis is to be commended for his involvement in coordinating the building of the Spotswood Police Memorial located at the Spotswood Municipal Building, a pyramid-style monument project which involved more than 540 hours of work. And whereas thanks to Timothy Janis' creativity, dedication, and the Borough of Spotswood is proud to have a police memorial that pays tribute to all of the deceased officers of the Spotswood Police Department, including Timothy's late grandfather, John Janis. Now therefore, I, Nicholas Policino, Mayor of the Borough of Spotswood, on behalf of the entire governing body, do commend Timothy Janis on the significant occasion for being recognized as an Eagle Scout. We wish him much luck and success in all of his future endeavors. Further, I proclaim October 24, 2015, Timothy Janis Day in the Borough of Spotswood in recognition of this noteworthy achievement. Dated today, October 24, 2015, Mayor Nicholas Policino.
Thank you, Tim. That monument stands out in the front of our building and will be seen for many years to come. It's something that we can gather around for officers, and it was truly a great project to come to fruition from your imagination. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Terrific Eagle project.
Yes.
Thank you. And thank you, Mom, and thank you, Leader, for helping guide him through this process. Very important.
If you don't want to stay any longer, you can vamoose if you want. That's saying you can leave. But thank you for coming.
Thanks again. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, comments. Ted?
Just wanted to touch on what Dawn said before about the whip, with whip going in. For anybody that doesn't really know about it, it's a system where you can pay your taxes and utilities online. Woodbridge has been doing it for years. I own a house there. I pay all my utilities there. I think it's a wonderful thing. If somebody can't get out of the house to get over here to pay it, they can just go online. They can do it right there. It's convenient. One of the things I hoped it would accomplish is that, you know, if somebody's water bill is late, rather than a turn off when the shut-off notices go out, Dawn's going to include now a flyer letting them know they can go online and pay this. And if they do that, it avoids a disconnect for someone. But I've been pestering Dawn for a bit, and Dawn, Joe Zanga, and Shari Phillips finally got it all accomplished, and I thank you for that. I think it'll be a benefit.
It is going to take Edmonds 4 to 6 weeks to set up. I'm hoping to roll it out for the new year.
Very good.
Plus, it's going to make it a little bit easier even for the girls in the finance office, from what I understand, because right now they manually input everything into the system. So if someone does it online, it's already recorded into the system. It's one less job for them to do upstairs. But thank you.
Thank you, Ted. Ed?
Okay, a couple things. We'll start off with, you're all handed a list tonight from the fire department of recommended upgrades and improvements. It looks like a lengthy list. It really looks a little more dark than it actually is. Most of the items on this list are kind of small. They've already started to attack some of them. I've been in touch with the mayor's office, and they assure me that we're going to try and get most of these done within the next few months into 2016. And I'm going to look into some other things as well. Fortunately, he just left, but there's a lot of painting involved in here, and maybe the scouts could donate some time to do that, because they have to work on certain badges, and I think our insurance would allow that. That's pretty much it on that. I believe the sign's up in front of the fire department now, right? For Joe Beauvais. And I'm sure they were happy tonight to hear about their apron. So, good move on that one. Moving from that, our police department. Couple things. Right now it's called No Shave November, on tap for the Spotswood Police Department. Spotswood Police Department make it look a little scruffy this month, but the lack of grooming is all for a good cause. Cancer prevention, research, and education. Movember, is that supposed to be Movember or November? Movember has been making the rounds for a while now. It started as a way to raise awareness about prostate cancer by growing a mustache. No Shave November runs along the same concept. Men embrace their natural side and let out their facial hair growth.
You too.
However, the catch is the guys forego shaving and donate the money they would normally spend for shaving supplies and on grooming to put it towards cancer research instead. No Shave November is a nonprofit organization that has partnered with the American Cancer Society, St. Jude Children's Hospital, Prevent Cancer Foundation, and Fight Colorectal Cancer, I hope I said that right, to help raise money towards cancer prevention, research, and education. Sign up for e-news. The entire Spotswood Police Department, including Chief Zarrow, will be participating in No Shave November. Their progress will be posted all month long on the department's Facebook page. The officers also earned a lot of smiles from residents this past weekend with their selfies around town for trick-or-treaters on Halloween. Of course, male residents are invited to join the No Shave November campaign. Interested residents can visit No Shave November webpage and donate towards the cause. I just want to say on the Halloween thing, I went to work the following Monday, and I was surprised to see my workers who live all over the state sharing a Facebook page and showing me selfies and talking about how great it was our police department took the time to give out trick-or-treater candies to little guys and put their involvement in making it more community relation and more friendly. Because that's the best time to catch them when they're little, you know. So I thought that was a really nice thing. That being said, best police department. While Sayreville, New Jersey took the best, one of the best, Spotswood. Runner-up, right? Spotswood and East Brunswick are runner-ups. That's pretty good considering our little town can runner-up with two big towns.
Right.
So that was a big achievement on their behalf. And let's see, last thing, you'll notice I'm wearing my funny little hat from the military. And what Kurt had said a little earlier struck home a little bit. I was 48 years old before somebody said thank you. And that somebody was Bob Kersey, a resident in this town. In fact, he ran out of a pizza parlor in the street to shake my hand. It meant a lot. And if you are a veteran, and you can hear me out there on TV land, there's an outfit called VETTIX.org, VETTIX.org. This is an organization that has many, many big businesses and entrepreneurs who donate money and resources to free tickets to sporting events and music events. If you're a veteran, you go on this, you do it, you follow the cursor to what it says to do, you put in a bid, and you can wind up getting tickets to an event. I know someone that just did this, and they don't tell you what it is, so they got tickets to the Devils game. They went to the Devils game, and they said, okay, where's our seats? Well, their seats turned out to be a suite, free. So it was nice of them to think about it that way.
Yes, it was.
And I think there's one more thing in the police department, but I'm going to save that for the administrator's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. 2 Sundays ago, we had our annual Mayor Council Community Pancake Breakfast, and last year we actually started to run out of food. We had such a great turnout. This year, there were some conflicts in other schedules, and the attendance was not quite as high, but we still raised $1,900 for the food bank, and a great deal of that is a thanks to Steve Chasen for his advanced ticket sales and for advertising on the placemat. But we had a good turnout. It was really nice to be there and see seniors who don't see each other on a regular basis, and they sit and eat together, eat breakfast together, and had a great time. It was really nice to see that. So good time was had by all. The food was delicious, and hopefully next year we'll get a different schedule and things will work out. We'll have a little bit more attendance, but a great time was had by all. I just wanted to go over with my companions here on the council that those going to the League of Municipalities, we talked about this earlier, and the council, the borough pays for the rooms when you attend, they pay for your transportation down there, and they give you $25 a day for food. This year, I've spoken to all of us, and we are not going to pay for taxis this year. I just wanted to get a consensus from everyone if that's what we're doing. Taxis are usually in the evening for other events other than league business. There were some issues in the past, so this year, from what I understand, and we can take a poll, there'll be no compensation for elected officials for taxis. Do I have that correct?
Yes.
Yes?
No.
Leo, you're yes? Okay. So borough employees still can do that, but elected officials, taxis will not be compensated. Just so you know
I
that.
just want to make a statement, because I told this to Kurt. For business, I travel extensively, and, you know, there's never a question of getting reimbursed for food, for your private expenses. For a convention, I take vacation time. That is through my work. I take the vacation time to go down there and network, learn. It's just nice to have FaceTime with elected officials, because you have your state. Governor Christie's going to be down there. And I've never had an issue where I was not compensated for out-of-pocket expenses, especially considering I take vacation time to go down there. Now, I understand the reasoning behind this was there was some issues with others who were down there. And, you know, whatever the reason, they spent a lot of money. But I don't think you should legislate based on somebody abusing the system. I think that, you know, that's why I'm saying you should not target those of us who do go down there and do participate in this because someone else abused it. The way to address it is to have a frank conversation with the person who had all of, you know, the issues and address it in that way, not to legislate because of you didn't like what was done.
Well, normally, if it's used properly, it's a very small expense. You are compensated for food, and actually, most of these procedures have been honed over the years by events that have changed them. Limiting food to $25 a day, that was something that was changed because of someone else's actions. So a lot of these things have been honed by what was done because they're there and there's no limit and it can be abused.
Well, there is a limit. I mean, if you have ethics and morals, you do not charge what is not fair. I mean, you just do what you have to do
We
to
would
be
all
there.
hope so.
But if you do have an issue, then you should have a discussion and transparent discussion in a meeting about it.
Okay. Does anybody want to change their vote?
Well, the only thing I want to, I'm not going to change my vote, but we all have to drive down there. We all have our cars with us to go to social events. There's shuttles that take the people from the hotels to the convention center. The taxi bills are coming in and the limo bills are coming in when people are going in the evening to different parties. I get that. You might want to have a couple of drinks and God forbid, you don't want to drive after you've had a couple. I get that part of it. But if you're going to take a taxi, just pay the $6 or $7 and get it over with. Why stick a bill here? You have your card down there. Why do you need to be reimbursed for taxis? I do understand. You go out and you have a couple, you don't want to be the guy that gets locked up.
You know what? When I take a taxi, I take a taxi. It's not to party. It's because I'm down there, and it's appropriate when you're on business to get compensated for what you do, okay? That money should not come out of your pocket. And I'm going to tell you, you can look back on 9 years I've been doing this. I've been attending that league municipality. Who is going down, by the way? So, Leo, me, who else?
Ed? I can't go.
Okay, so Ed is going down. So, you know,
How many taxi receipts have you turned in your time?
over 9 years,
Well, in 1 year.
one,
No, in one, just one?
1 to 2 to 3, I don't
Well, you
even know.
bring them in and we'll make a collection, we'll give it to you.
Well, the point is that the reason this is coming up is because in 1 year, somebody turned in 9.
No, 1 year somebody turned in $150. taxi and limo
190
receipts.
something.
It wasn't me.
No, wasn't you.
So why should we legislate because of that?
Maybe we put a limit on it.
Taxi once.
Well, I'm just thinking, if somebody breaks their leg, you know, the shuttle is the shuttle, okay? It's different. You know, if you have an issue where you have someone who's
I'm
handicapped.
fine with going with one cab per night, $15 limit on your taxi, and you're done. Anything after that's on you.
I really don't have any say in this. I respect Marge's opinion completely. I understand what she's saying. Myself, 12 years, I've never turned a receipt in ever for any food, for any taxi, for anything. I'm grateful for the room because I go down there for different reasons.
And the same with me. I mean, all the things I attended as a police officer.
It's okay.
I didn't
Go
turn
ahead
anything
and
in.
vote the way you're going to vote. Ed, it's great that you didn't do that.
And I'm not saying you should. I'm not
You
saying
know,
anybody
but
else
I'm
should. We
going
all
to
live
just tell you
differently.
my thoughts. So just do what you're going to do, you know? I
respect your
just feel
thoughts.
strongly that because of the egregious actions of one, you're going to restrict something for everyone. And there might be an occasion where you'd have somebody who would absolutely need to take it. And, you know, the fact that we do what we do every day for this town, it is what it is. I said my say.
Would you be willing to put a limit on what
Of
taxes?
course.
State your piece. Maybe we'll change it.
$15.
Once a day, 15 bucks?
Once a day.
I'd be okay with that.
That's very reasonable.
Okay.
See, we're not totally hardheads.
Okay, Dawn, did you write that down?
Yep.
Do we have a consensus on that? Yes?
I agree with that.
Okay. We found middle ground,
Okay,
Okay.
as we should,
as we should. Very
as a
good.
governing body.
All right, then Marge, I'll turn it over to you. Anything else?
I did my piece about senior center, right? Senior Resource Center.
Yes.
I was going to say, Ed, the spa at Little River in South River actually is offering $25 off any spa service for any veteran. I just got that email in my inbox today, so that was a great thing. And we've been trying to highlight a community business every single council meeting. And Taverna Della Pizzeria is a long-established restaurant in town. However, they have new owners.
Well, yeah.
So I'd like to highlight the new owners. And, you know, I ordered from there, of course, last week. We will have pizza every week, and they were terrific. Great food, same pizza.
It's new orders, same people that's been there 40 years, but now they're the owners.
Yeah, the workers.
Because the other one retired, the workers.
Yeah. So I just want to highlight that business as a business in Spotswood that we should patronize and we should support. And Ed, I think this is great, this firehouse list. All of these things add up to a big improvement in the environment down there for our firefighters. And I think that is a great thing that they did this, and we will totally support them through the Scouts or through here on the council, however we can. So that's it.
Thank you, Marge. Leo, anything?
The only thing is, Friends of the Library are having something at Gennaro's.
Dining to donate.
Huh?
Dining to donate.
Dining to donate. It's
What date?
the 12th? Is it the 12th? The 12th,
November 12th.
right.
Okay.
And that's all they have.
Gennaro's another very good business for town, what they do, National Night Out. They supported the pancake breakfast as well. Yep.
Very good.
And Leo, congratulations on your election.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Well,
Dawn?
Okay, I have a few things this evening. I'd like to welcome 2 new employees to the borough. Osmond Dickus, who's a new dispatcher, he started today, and Kevin Bussen, who is our new utility service worker. Topping off Ed's list with the police, we're having our first annual Pizza with a Cop on November 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. The police are going to be giving tours of the police department, and there will also be equipment demonstrations, and obviously, any questions, they're happy to answer. Bag leaf collection started October 26th and continues through December 18th. Leaf bags are available at the DPW yard. Our OEM coordinator, Jose Rivera, who's here with us right now, has been diligently working to obtain grants for the borough. It appears that he may have secured a grant for Spotswood for the high school to get a generator for $162,000. He was able to do this as the high school is designated as an emergency shelter, so kudos to him.
Oh, my God, that's terrific. Wonderful work.
You go.
Last but not least,
Day.
I'm sure everybody's noticed that the lake, DeVoe Lake, is lowering. We have a permit from the DEP to lower the level for weed control purposes. Unfortunately, apparently somebody was unhappy that we were doing that, and they decided to open, or actually close the gate without permission. And a police report was generated. If anyone has information regarding this matter, they can contact the police department. It would be a great help. The gate is open again, and it is lowering. I believe we have about 2 more inches, Jose?
2 more.
Okay. So. That's it.
And the graffiti on the EMS building, did you look at that?
Graffiti on the EMS building, is police report on that one also.
When they mess around with the dam, isn't that a federal offense or something? If they mess around with a dam?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why we're looking for any and all information.
And there's no cameras on the back of the,
No, but do we have a roundabout time when it may have happened?
Sunday morning, late Saturday night?
It was late Sunday night.
Oh, okay, Sunday.
A couple weeks ago.
Was at 10 o'clock at night.
Because
Open.
Saturday night, I was at the Legion, and I closed the place at around 8 o'clock, and it was going full force, but I'm pretty sure Sunday it wasn't going so full force anymore.
It was still open.
And that was the weekend before Halloween, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It was a little over a week ago.
wow.
Okay. Thank you.
Fisherman, unhappy fisherman.
I'm guessing. So actually, we're searching for a locking mechanism for where we control the opening and closing of the gate,
Oh, they make
so
one
that
of
we
them.
can prevent that in the
They
future.
make one of these. I think they use the same thing on fire hydrants.
Because if we can't find a box for it or something like that, then it can be installed.
John and I found something today.
Yeah. Then nobody's gonna go in that area.
Wow.
That should be bad.
Yeah, it's a
Take away
shame.
from the
That's a
guys who
nice-
actually enjoy it recreational.
Yes, yep. Okay, thank you, Dawn.
You're welcome.
Okay, entertain a motion to open to the public.
Motion open to the public?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. General open public portion, any comments or questions? Just come up, you state your name and address for the record. No one?
Oh,
Just
yes,
say.
he's coming.
He's coming.
He was being courteous. He wanted to see if anybody else wanted to jump up there first.
Unless we have a meeting with none.
Thank you, Frank.
Frank Foundation, 41 Kane Avenue, Spotswood. 2 questions. The first one, do we issue credit cards to any of our employees or administrative staff?
We have a Lowe's account, that's it. Oh, I'm sorry, and the gas station on the corner also.
Who
That's it.
controls the credit cards?
The gas card is controlled by the police department, and the Lowe's card is controlled by my office.
Okay. Do they have to get approval first? Or do they
Yes.
turn in a monthly statement or something so you know what's going on?
They can't get the card unless they sign it out from my office.
Okay.
And the same thing here at dispatch for the gas card.
I have something else that's kind of a little funny thing. Maybe we can add a little joy to our meeting. When I was CFO, I had several IRS audits. When they come in, they say, I want to see all the expense accounts for the top 5 senior executives, okay? And I was the one who signed off on those because I knew that coming in for those things, I had to make sure with proper receipts and all the information's there. So, we passed. I never had any failure there. I just made sure, and I was one of them, to make sure that everything was just hunky-dory, and they just look at it and they say, okay, everything's fine. But talking about expense accounts, that's why I'm saying this. There was a situation that there was a convention. You were talking about conventions, all right? One of the sales guys went to a convention, all right? And there was some big hot shots there, so he had to buy a very new and expensive necktie. He bought the tie, he wore it to the convention. He spilled a drink on it, okay? And so he put it on his expense account. I think it was like $50, $60. It wasn't a cheap tie. He put it on his expense account. When it came, I wasn't involved, it came to the authorizing individual, they disallowed it. They said, you can't do that. He says, come on, I did it for the company, that was a business session. They insisted, no, we're not going to pay, we're not going to pay. He was really upset. So the next week, when he submitted his expense account, he had all kinds of stuff in there, and there was a little note about it, it says, find the necktie.
Thank you, Frank.
Wise guy.
Hi, I'm Bruce Ekman, 46 Polonia Street.
Good evening, Bruce.
Yeah, hi, Kurt. Yeah, you know, Jack and I are co-chairman of the Historical Commission. We were here Saturday afternoon to check on our mailbox. Interestingly enough, the building was locked up. We had to call on the intercom to get somebody to let us in. Just want to know, is that an official policy we've
Jack
changed?
mentioned it before the meeting, it was news to me. And
What time in the morning was it?
1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon,
Really?
Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
I can certainly find out.
That's
I
kinda
wasn't
late.
aware.
No,
During the day.
yeah, AM, right, or PM, yeah, the sun was out, yeah.
That's unusual.
Too old to be out at 1:30 at night.
Department here, that should not be locked,
We used to lock it at night.
Just walk
At night they lock.
We used to lock it at night, yeah.
but not during the day.
Well, maybe it was so quiet, no one came in, they didn't realize it. Okay.
And the speaker didn't work very good either, just for the record. I went up having to scream into it.
Probably a bathroom break.
Okay.
Lock the doors.
Thanks, Bruce. That's all tonight?
Make a motion to close to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you all for coming out. We're going to have a small closed session, I believe,
Yes.
or a short closed session, I hope.
I just want to thank all the public that did support this breakfast. It is a great thing. Over the years, Kurt's estimated that we've made almost $10,000.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
With this breakfast, and there are some of you in the audience that come every single year and support us, and we are very grateful for that, so thank you.
Brian's lawnmower supports us on the placemat, and he's always there for breakfast. Thank
Right on
you.
the camera, good man. One more thing on the veterans. If you weren't familiar, Walmart's been running an ad about green light for veterans.
Yes.
Please
Veterans
get a
Day.
green light and put it in your,
Any window you want, front door, whatever. Just shows the support for all those guys you can't see in uniform. Like I said, it meant a lot to me to hear it one time.
And thank you for your
Thank you.
service.
Yes, thank you.
I joined the military too, I wasn't drafted.
Okay, Pat.
Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231 PL 1975 permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances. Whereas the public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist. Now therefore be it resolved by the Borough of Spotswood, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey as follows. 1, the public shall be excluded from discussion of any action upon the hereinafter specified subject matters. 2, the general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is as follows. Contract negotiation. It is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter shall be made public when confidentiality is no longer required. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
I don't believe, there will be no action taken after this. I make a motion, we pass the resolution.
Second.
Councilman Seeley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rhodes?
Yes.
Councilman Ritchie?
Yes.
Councilman Service?
yes.
Council President Stolen?
Yes. Thank you again for coming out tonight.